Hello and welcome to episode 16 of our Blood and Sands playthrough. Things are back to relatively stable, and it looks like we do have one more kind of person getting up here. Leo is going to be joining us, which is fantastic. And man, I'm excited. I'm not going to lie though, I see some of the previews coming up with Rimworld 1.5, and I'm very tempted to potentially shift gears, and maybe we'll do a playthrough in 1.5 sooner rather than later. But for now, we do have some things to do. We're gonna mine out a throne room out of the marble here, make that really cool. We do need to get some better security. We'll make maybe a couple, like, for now, very basic. I don't even have enough cloth. I can do like a little guard nook over here. Not that I have any ranged weapons yet, but we'll get something going on. And we've botched our construction, which is great. Meanwhile, we have a mad iguana, which Havoc will come on out here and deal with, I think. Where is this iguana? Come to me, my silly goose. Just go deal with it, and you can go inside the back door. It would probably just wander around here forever, but meat is good. So now we have some. We also have our budding like romance between our vampire werewolf, which is fantastic, and so much food harvests coming in. Things are getting exciting. Nothing too intense with the quests. Cassandra has been fairly kind to us, and I am predicting we might get a bit of a raid coming in the next little while. They might actually have some weapons, because I think we have enough wealth and stability now with all the food and resources that we've been gathering that we probably are warranted to have a decent size attack, which could be interesting. Or deadly. I think it's also time to maybe build a little bit more storage in here, and we will link them all. We also need additional chunks in order to get that done, so we will set that up. We just have a few marble chunks being crafted in here, as this is our like little battery storage area. That's kind of warm. I don't know if that is a problem, if it like having too much heat in the batteries. I know they produce a little bit of heat, and obviously we're collecting our cooler's exhaust to use that to like warm up the base. Kind of keeps things a little bit extra warm in here, but for the most part seems fine. We are focusing on sort of smoothing out all our tunnels, making them more uniform, and just generally overall improving our base here. We do have another statue we can sort of just toss into our dining room, which is becoming a little bit fancier. And I think, have we smoothed the floors in here? Yes, we have. So like this, the floors in here are pretty nice, and I think yeah, we have, obviously there's some dirt in there, but in this dining room, it's a very beautiful dining room, but it's currently very dirty. One thing that would help is maybe if we put a little flooring, stop this dirt from spreading. Not that we can do anything about the dirt out here, but it will help inside a little bit. We have our night owls getting some beauty rest, and once we knock down this piece of marble, we can have multiple workers in there working on that mining at the same time. That will be fantastic. Plenty of food storage ready to go. We're going to have a bit more cloth coming in. We have a bunch of potatoes that are going to be harvested. We still have a whole bunch of rice out here. We do need to get some shelving done. I might even need to shift that into a different type of shelving. But we have our throne room being dug out. We have all sorts of things happening. Havoc, maybe what we can do is get you to grab some of these blocks for us. Now that it is time. Some steel walls out here. Oh, I probably could grab these ones first. Cancel some of these. And it's summertime, so we do have a decent amount of growing we can do, and we do want to get all these shelves sort of done up in our freezer area so that we can maintain our food over the winter, because that was a real problem. I am thinking that we might turn a section of this into a greenhouse. That would absolutely help us maintain some semblance of food over the time. The challenge is going to be being able to build enough around here and get it all lit up. I think looking at a sun lamp, it's sort of an awkward shape. I mean, that's a pretty efficient chunk right there, though. So if we did one there and maybe like one here or one here, the only thing is we should probably remove the floor in this area. So is it orders or is it under flooring itself? Yes. Knock that flooring right out of there, and then hopefully we'll get a little bit more soil underneath, and all will be well. Oh, we're gonna have some very hairy babies on the way. Can Sanguophages become pregnant? Is that even a thing? Is that is there a something in here that would limit it? Okay. Deathless, ageless, gene implanter. Interesting. Who knows? I mean, I feel like traditional vampire lore is like, no, clearly not. But Rimworld is obviously doing its own fun lore, which is about to get so much more fun with like the flesh beasts and all those hilarious abominations coming on the way. So that should be very interesting. In the meantime, though, we are, I think, the genes are regrowing. We have another year or so, and we could make another vampire, which would be cool. Grow our flock. But we are in need of a source of blood. And I think in preparation for that, I think what we could absolutely consider is, wow, we actually don't have any, whoops, I did not mean to make that. We don't have any blocks being made. Let's prioritize some blocks right now. I suppose I didn't really want marble blocks. What if we did slate instead? Because that's the purpose of getting all that slate was. Let's prioritize this. Leo is joined and is no longer incapable of doing anything, and is now gonna put on some clothes and hopefully mop up the vomit in their bedroom, maybe eventually. That might be nice. We're gonna quickly just slam a door down though, and this is going to be a potential, I mean, for now we'll just do this, and this is going to be for prisoners. We'll sort it out later, but for now this is going to be an opportunity. We also did expand the growing here, so I'm not exactly sure what we're going to grow. I think based on the time of year that we're summer, we're already a couple days into summer. I don't know if there's much point in trying to grow anything too fancy. Could maybe get like some smoke leaf or something, but yeah, we'll go from there. These are all supposed to be linked, and I think we're gonna just clear all, and then like it's meant to be food. Raw food is fine. I think blood, we were happy with that as well. I guess we call them hemogen packs. That's also fine. I guess it is a subsection of food, which makes sense. I mean, sanguophages eat it, I guess. Leo's needs are definitely in need. Oh, a dreadful construction. We need metallic wood and stone. It's a 4x12. So let's take a look at where we could build a 4x12. We could do a 4. That's not too bad at all. That might even be a decent spot for it. Something around there anyways. So we would need a bunch, any of these, so we could make it out of marble and slate. That's fine. Any metallic, wooden, or stony by 300. And it has 15 days. And we could get a power claw, a combat-oriented hand replacement. Interesting. Making it as useful as a natural hand for non-combat. However, its overall ungainliness slows down movement slightly. Would we want a power hand or power claw on the left hand and get rid of that ring finger? And then Havoc would become a true melee terrifying powerhouse. I think that's something we can consider doing. We're going to build a dread monument. Or a dreadful construct. We also, in terms of our medicine, we already have a couple of glitter medicine. So in terms of operating and installing the hand, I think we might have some chance there. I'm tempted. The only thing that's kind of holding me back is the stone blocks. I don't quite have enough of them. And we really have been going through a lot. I think what I need to do is say, let's not make slate. Let's make marble statues. For now, we'll let this one go through. But in the future, we're not gonna make as many statues out of the slate, because the slate we're gonna use for constructing. And I mean, we do have a lot of slate up here we can grab. We have lots of marble around you. We have a few errant chunks just kind of like hanging out that we can turn into blocks. But really, I think Edgar is our main crafter. Leo is available for things. So Leo is actually like going to be our main grower. We can drop Santa's way down on the growing, and he's going to be sort of our main researcher. It looks like Havoc is also very capable at researching. Oh, we've discovered some compact steel. That is kind of cool. I'm going to have to build a wall here because that's really going to bother me. So we'll do that real quick. Also, I'm going to have to mine out all this steel now, which is kind of annoying. But we'll get it sorted. Yeah, getting all that steel out is going to be really annoying. And then keeping it symmetrical. That's a thing that we're going to have to worry about. And I also realized I could make embrasures instead of these sandbags. That's the combat extended thing. So like if I made like a slate embrasure, the hit points is pretty good. Cover height. So this is 1.23 meters. And then what is this? 1.05. So I'm assuming the embrasure just has like a little bit more cover, which is better. So, I mean, this is fine for now. I mean, realistically, I think you could do just like throw this behind. We'll mine some of this out and we'll get that sorted a little bit later. The harvesting is going great. Having Leo, who can take care of that extra harvesting, is fantastic. In terms of combat, though, Leo is actually a reasonable combatant. Santa is also a reasonable combatant. So we have lots of melee. Fortunately, Leo is sort of an all-rounder. We don't have any like actual ranged weapons in any capacity. So I think what we might do here is, what if we make, okay, So pilas are like throwing weapons. What if we make a short bow? And then we make some stone arrows. Is that we'll make 20 arrows? Is that a thing? Who's our best crafter? That is Edgar. Despite only having one arm. I don't know if that is actually like the case. We really need to get some sort of prosthetics happening for Edgar so that we can not suck at making things. But yeah, work speed is not great here. We definitely need to get some actual firearms and things happening. But we've made a good bow, and you're going to equip the good bow, and you now have a good bow that uses arrows. And you can let's see, pick up arrows and reloads the gun. Okay, we're using stone arrows, and we have 20 stone arrows. Make this a loadout. Okay, yeah, the whole loadout thing. I still have lots to learn with that, but we'll get there. So we now have one ranged combatant that we can put behind here while we have our melee friends kind of holding down the choke here. I think what I might even do is just get really cheesy with it, and we'll work on this trap here, and then we'll just build a maybe we'll do it here instead, and we'll cancel that. I'm gonna have to extend one of the walls, obviously. But I need the door in the center. I think this would look better. All right, and we'll work on that. So we're gonna have a little way out. We'll just increase the quality of our base defense here. We also need to prioritize making blocks. We have this awful statue. Oh, so good. -6 beauty. Let's just, I mean, what if we just deconstructed that right now? And there we go. Now we have enough to just get to work right away. Pick up the blocks. What do you mean you're missing blocks? Come on. You're holding the blocks. Let's drop the blocks. Whatever. We'll just let Havoc do the thing. Okay. Clear prioritized work. Do this now. Thank you. We didn't want to get attacked while we had our defenses completely down. You know, now need to extend the wall on this side a little bit, just to add to the symmetry. But now we have a very, I mean, we can move this up a little bit to be a little bit more symmetrical even. But we have a very classic gate defense here that will serve us well. We could probably even move these more towards the end and get a couple of them in here. I mean, if you really wanted to be cheesy, we would close off one end and make it like more like a zigzag. But we're not on a difficulty that warrants that level of cheese. We can just kind of keep a more aesthetic looking defense. So much leather. I guess we had to do a lot of hunting. We still have lots of boomalopes and things. We can get some more fuel and stuff from that. I'm assuming that's needed for like something eventually. We do need to accept the dreadful construct. And now we have this monument marker, and we're going to install it right. Do it in front, but that's bad. Up back here. Back here is like very defense. I kind of like it here. Let's just put it here. And then we can remove the plans. I didn't line it up exactly where the plans were, but we'll do that. And now we need to really focus on getting some stuff happening. Oh man, all these corpses are just like sitting out here. Okay, so we need to place I guess we're just gonna go with like slate. And we're going to yeah, I guess we just kind of did We just said slate for everything. That does seem to fit the vampire aesthetic. We're just gonna go for like this like obsidian dread monument, and we'll get all this stuff hauled in. We have our extra worker is already hard at work. Leo is just doing stuff for us. We're no longer using slate to make statues because we can't. And I think that actually brings us pretty well to the end of episode 16. Poor Edgar is just failing to construct this monument. We have, essentially to the end of summer plus a couple of days, but we should be able to easily get that knocked out. And then we can get a power claw. I mean, like, I'm almost tempted just to like give you a new arm, but I think it's a hand. It doesn't count as a whole arm. So we'll probably just give it to Havoc on the left hand. Kind of like a cheap way of getting the finger back. Food is definitely stable, and things are coming along. Still surprised we haven't had a raid, but Cassandra works in mysterious ways. Although usually more predictable than Randy, but we'll see how it goes. So with all that said, I appreciate all your comments and thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.